Hello, everyone. Welcome back to New York Comic Con. Of course, our coverage on Twitch continues. It's been a great day. I've had such a blast doing this so far. And this one, as a fan of this particular franchise, makes me very, very joyous, I should say. We're joined by Rich Gallup, who's the executive producer on an awesome game called Star Trek Timelines.
That's
really
right.
excited. Rich, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Alex.
It's a pleasure. This has been, this whole event's been fantastic. But beyond that, though, Star Trek is kind of synonymous with the comic book culture here. Star Trek also having its own comic books for a couple times, and me owning a few of those as well. But this one in particular is pretty interesting because it's an iPad game, or just a mobile game and a web game in general. Why don't you, I guess, break it down for us?
Sure thing. So we're Disruptor Beam. We're located outside of Boston. We have one game out right now called Game of Thrones Ascent.
Yep.
Where we've learned the power of fandom and fueling the fire of game development. So we're going after another big fan base with Star Trek Timelines. It's coming out mobile devices later this year. And in this game, there's a lot to Star Trek, as you know, Alex.
Yes.
And we have licensed nearly all of it.
Pretty cool.
Original series, Next Gen, Enterprise, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, the animated series. It's all here. And here, we've wrapped it all up in what you could say is an anomaly. You know, it's Star Trek. You need an anomaly. We have one, and we're using that anomaly as an excuse to put all these people together into one big pile of fun.
Now, one thing I'll notice right away is Constellation-class ship, Stargazer. Well, not necessarily the Stargazer, but that has the markings of the same one, which is actually pretty cool. Quite excited about that. But beyond that, though, you have that Romulan warbird there. We'll get into the ships later because the ships it's one of my favorite bits of Star Trek.
Yep.
But let's actually talk about the game itself, because you said you need an anomaly to get all these amazing characters together.
Yep.
And basically, for those of you who may not understand it, Star Trek, they love to find these loopholes, in storytelling. It's worked for them for many, many years now, and we're actually going to get right into the gameplay here. What's the mission that you're doing?
So this is the very beginning of the game, and I thank the Convention Center Internet for agreeing with us.
Yeah.
What's happening now is you've been sent to Romulan space to investigate this anomaly. Everyone's favorite omnipotent being Q shows up and says, "This is bigger than you even realize." Out of the anomaly comes Kirk and the original Enterprise. The Romulans decloak. They say, "This is not cool. This is a Federation trick. Let's do this thing."
What a way to start. A battle between a Constellation-class starship and a Romulan warbird. How freaking awesome is that? So explain what's going on here.
So what's going on here, this is one of our two main forms of gameplay. This is a ship battle. Normally you'd say, man, that Constellation class, being a Star Trek fan, way outgunned by a warbird.
Yeah.
But thanks to Q, we have a really badass crew, and Star Trek Timelines is all about making a really badass crew. So we have and each crew member has their own unique abilities. So later on in the game, as you get more familiar with the systems, you're gonna be like, oh, cool, what do all these words mean? What do all these skills mean? But right now, it's all about tap on Kirk's face, and things are gonna blow up. Tap on Spock's face, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So other three members of our crew, we got Worf, and we have Janeway, we have Picard. You have a choice.
Wow, what a crew.
Right?
What a crew. This is probably the best crew you could possibly ask for on a starship.
Probably.
That's amazing. All right, let's go with Picard.
I gotta go with Picard.
Let's go with Picard. I want to see what he does.
So you heard, you maybe caught right there. It's a little loud here, but you heard Picard saying maintain course. By the way, we won.
Yes.
An awesome part about working with our friends at CBS is that we can say, hey, you know what, CBS? Episode 7 of Season 3 of TNG, Picard says maintain course. We really liked how that sounded. Can we put that in the game? They say, yeah, give us a couple days. And they send us the audio. And we just drop it right in. Strip out the sound effects, strip out the music, drop it right in. And so basically, all of Star Trek is now our voice cast.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. And that right there, I mean, the legendary.
Nothing bad's going to happen
Enterprise.
there. Don't worry.
Whew. Oh, no.
Whoops.
What?
Whoops.
I just was praising it and it just blew up. What is this?
Well, there's anomalies, right? So here comes our buddy Q, John Delancey, who's also the narrator of our game and helping us write the story.
That's awesome.
To tell us, he's so much fun to work with. He's been teaching me how to snap my fingers. But Q just basically says, don't worry about it, Captain. There's more where that came from.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm heartbroken because the Enterprise just blew up in front of me.
It did. It'll be back.
Okay, it'll be back.
It'll be back, and it has to be back because look how gigantic this galaxy is. That's going to be full of content for you to play through. You're going to need a lot of ships, like the Enterprise, original Enterprise, like the Enterprise D.
That's amazing. So the other thing too is you had mentioned before there are a lot of characters for you to play as. The ships as well. There's a lot of variety there. Now, when I was doing my initial research, I saw a lot about the away missions, which was really cool. But that part right there just sold me on this whole game.
The ship battle?
Yeah. So
awesome.
One of my favorite games was.
Later.
Yeah. Right. All right, guys. That's it. It was a Star Trek game that came out for Xbox. A couple of years back. It was a ship-to-ship combat game.
With the acronym. It was like Star Trek acronym.
I think it was Star Trek something.
Like DCE.
Yeah, it was so awesome. I really enjoyed that game. And because I just like the ship-to-ship combat. And, I wanted a little bit of the flavor of, dealing with my favorite, Star Trek characters. But that's so cool. So what do we have right here?
So I said ship battles, which I'm glad you love. That's definitely a main part of the gameplay. That's also, there's going to be PvP ship battles as well, leaderboards and fleets involved in that. This is our other main gameplay. These are what we're calling away missions.
Okay.
So this is about picking the correct crew to work your way through basically a branching puzzle almost. Okay. So each Star Trek character in our game, we've broken them down into
I don't respond well to threats.
6 different skills.
Nice.
Command, diplomacy, science, medical, engineering, and security.
Okay.
And so you can think of you can name a different character, and they're going to have a different combination of those skills. And you're going to want to make a team of the correct combination of those skills to work your way through this branching story, through this branching away mission. So for this story, we're at SETI Alpha 6. Khan blew it up in Wrath of Khan, but it's back.
Okay.
And you're here to rescue all these people, get them off this planet before it blows up again. The first step, we needed a good security officer. That Janeway from that episode, she actually has some good security skills. She was a great choice. Second step, we can either go command or science. We happen to have a great science officer with us in terms of Spock.
One of the best.
Never bluff.
Exactly. Vulcans never bluff. Another great voice clip right there. So he gets us through that step. And then the last step, you can either use diplomacy or command. We're going to drop in Worf. This is a more diplomatic Worf, a little older Worf. He commands the Defiant.
Okay. Even though he looks like a total badass there and he's about to chop someone's head off.
There's different forms of diplomacy.
That's Worf.
Yeah, that's Worf.
That's diplomacy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that away mission got us through. That away team got us through that away mission, and then moving forward, you're going to be collecting dozens of these crew, hundreds of these crew, and you're going to be trying to figure out what's the right crew to send on each away mission.
Okay. All right. So take us, set us another course. Where we go?
All right. So now, like you do in Star Trek, there's going to be a lot of scanning. So we're going to Q's telling us, hey, look around. Yeah, SETI Alpha 6 was neat. Spock says, what's going on over there at SETI Alpha 5? Let's go check it out.
And one thing I do want to ask you, too, is the away missions have branching stories, correct? Like
Correct.
You can actually, go different angles and choose the way you want to go, and that gives you multiple playthroughs of the same mission.
Multiple playthroughs. There'll be different rewards depending on which playthrough you go through.
Yeah.
We also have bigger containers of content that we're calling disputes. By the way, 2 planets occupying the same space at the same time.
Okay, not a good idea.
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Just ask Ron Silver at the end of Time Cop.
Yep.
You never want to do that.
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Universe.
Exactly. So it's your job as a captain to find these anomalies and figure out how best they
Q
can be
is
fixed.
just responsible for everything here.
He kind of is.
Yeah, everything's a game to him. One of the most powerful beings in the world, ready to get into the universe, the galaxy even.
Part of the story is going to be figuring out how to what actually did cause all that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fun.
I'm not
That's
giving
fun.
away, but Q is along the ride. Along for the ride. Do you want to look at some more crew? This is the Guardian
Yes.
Forever, our shop, by the way. I'm going to pop out of this and into a photo gallery. We'll see if the,
let's do
the
it.
video
Let's do
switcher
it.
keeps up. Excellent. All right. So exclusive here for Twitch at New York Comic Con. I didn't even tell marketing I was going to do this. I grabbed all of this art thanks to the help of my fellow producer, Rachel, and just threw it all on the iPad.
Oh,
name a
boy.
show, name a character, and this is straight from the game. I'll totally look at
All right, so I'm, we talked about this before. I'm a Kirk fan.
Yep.
Let's see all the different kinds of Kirk
all right.
variations.
Yellow shirt, Kirk.
Yellow shirt
Boom.
Kirk. Dig it.
Green shirt, Kirk. Tomahawk chop.
That's what's up.
Exactly. Axe-wielding Generations, Kirk.
Probably the best one.
Probably the best one. Looking
All
pretty
right.
svelte for old Kirk.
Okay, what about Picard?
Picard. All right,
Picard.
we have a lot of Picards. A lot of Picards.
Okay.
Let's see. So there's the Picard we saw before.
Awesome.
Standard Picard. All right. Gun-wielding movie Picard. I forget which movie at the top. of my head.
Yes,
Excellent.
it's
Yep.
slipping my mind. Oh,
young
with hair.
Captain Jean Picard
Oh, wow.
with hair. And then, of course, Ultimate Picard, who's it going to be?
Oh, I know.
Where is he hiding? Where is he hiding?
Find him. I know where he is.
Resistance is futile.
Apparently, there you go.
Locutus.
Oh my God, I can't even talk. Locutus.
I have this great running joke. We have ship management in our game where each ship has different rooms, and I keep asking our designers to let me put Locutus in as like the bartender.
Yeah, actually, I saw in the
forward.
video like everything. Like, yeah, Locutus is a bartender. It's like I'm
Locutus
sure
is
he's
a
really,
chef on Voyager.
He has like high diplomacy rating as well. And
Totally, yeah.
like, well, yeah, because diplomacy is different for other people. You know, he chooses to go in there and be diplomatic in other ways.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So when can people pick this up? When can people try it out?
Later this year, we have closed beta going on right now. We're still looking for closed beta players. So if you join our bridge crew by going to disruptorbeam.com, you get a shot.
Okay.
Give you a free tribble as well for your time.
Free tribble?
Free tribble.
And wait, what?
Yep, just one. We don't give you two, so you don't
Like
gotta
a
worry.
tribble plush?
No. It's an in-game thing.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
Yeah.
Because now I just take the tribble with me wherever.
Just one. You don't want them. You get too many.
You know, I beg to differ. I actually would like a couple
Okay.
tribbles.
Let's talk after this.
We'll talk. We'll
All
talk. All right, cool. So, guys, make sure you check out Star Trek Timelines. Awesome game. It's going to be coming out on mobile and web as well, right?
Correct.
On
Yep.
web as well. So that
Android, iOS, all that. And
all
more.
that good stuff.
Yep.
Later this year, if you want to get access to it, you got to join the Bridge Crew. How did they do that one more time?
DisruptorBeam.com.
DisruptorBeam.com. Go check that out, folks. You can join the Bridge Crew, get access potentially to the closed beta, and you get a tribble. What is better than that?